Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Hearthstone deck spotlight. My name is Tommy Wave, and today we'll be taking a look at 13 XIII's Egg Priest, Omelette du Priest, which is, I guess, a couple of weeks ago everyone was jumping on the heel train. Everyone's trying to jam Light Wardens and Happy Ghouls into every deck, and now we're on the egg train. Everyone's trying to do stuff with Devil's Ore eggs and Swamp Dragon eggs and these kinds of things, and this is what 13 has come up with. I think it's really interesting. It plays a little bit of a different strategy to the Hunter and the Warlock egg deck that we played. So for those of you who don't know what that egg style means playing things like Devil's Ore egg and Swamp Dragon egg, these minions that can't attack but have a very powerful death rattle, and then in some way trying to break those eggs. In Hunter, we can use Play Dead and Deathscale Stalker to trigger these effects. In Warlock, we can kill our own minions. In Priest, however, it's slightly different, because if your opponent leaves a Devil's Ore egg on the field, which they probably want to do because otherwise it turns into a 5/5, you can actually start using Divine Spirit, Inner Fire, Powered Shield. You can actually start buffing up these eggs. Even Unidentified Elixir or Shadow Ascendant and Cobalt Scalebane, they can buff those up as well, and they can become legitimate threats. So I think that's the most interesting part of this deck. I can only assume that that's what the deck is trying to do, what 13 designed the deck to do. And outside of that, we have a couple of other interesting elements. We've got this Duskbreaker Dragon package. Duskbreaker being a way for us to kill our own eggs, and also a way to stop us from getting aggroed out by more aggressive lists. In order to enable those Duskbreakers, we've got the Scalebanes and the Ysera. We can also get the dragons off the Swamp Dragon eggs, but this is a bit of a risky Duskbreaker, I think. Usually you'd see, probably another at least two dragons in a deck trying to run Duskbreaker and consistently get the effect off. So this is a little bit risky. Outside of that, we've got some fairly typical cards. We've got the Northshire Cleric on 1, help us do a bit of drawing. We've got Radiant Elemental, just the one of, which I think is interesting. This is going to help us combo off on one turn. Also helps us cycle through with Shadow Visions, which is pretty important. Got Mirage Caller in here, so this is going to help us summon either hopefully duplicate our eggs, make them more easy to crack, or something like that. It can also help us duplicate effects like Radiant Elemental, Northshire Cleric, Shadow Ascendant. All these actually are pretty useful to have multiple of out, even if they are only a 1/1. Twilight's Call, I think, is the most suspect of cards here. I'll be really trying to take a look at this one closely, because we don't actually have too many Death Rattle minions, especially not ones early on that would have died. So the Devil's Ore egg, the Swamp Dragon egg, so when we're not really playing this Twilight's Call on turn 3 very often, it's more going to be like a turn 5, 6, 7 play. And even then, I'm not sure if bringing them back as 1/1s is going to be too useful, but we'll wait and see. I think this is going to be the most suspect card. Unidentified Elixir, great at buffing those Eggos. Cube is, as we mentioned in the Warlock video, both a combination of being an egg itself, in a way, and also a way for us to trigger those eggs. So we can use this to destroy the eggs, or destroy like the 5/5 that comes out of this egg. And then later on, we can use another effect to kill it, or we can try and buff it up if our opponent doesn't want to kill it. It's kind of playing two roles there. So one of the key cards that we want to try and hit early and often. Scalebane we talked about before, and Ysera as the one kind of lone late game option here. But I do like that. I think Ysera makes perfect sense, especially in this kind of Inner Fire, Divine Shield shell, where we do need some extra dragons for those Duskbreakers. So apparently 13 managed to hit a pretty good win rate at Legend. So let's jump in and see how we go.
Versus Uther.
Okay.
I will fight with
up against Paladin.
Shall bring victory.
So not exactly sure what we should be mulliganing for here, but Shadow Visions is not too useful. I think proactively in a, like, we can't go and find a Spirit Lash or something like that if we know we're up against a certain matchup. So send that back and try and find Northshire Cleric, Swamp Dragon Egg, Radiant Elemental, Shadow Ascendant, Devil's Auric, yeah. So not very
None will survive.
not very aggressive here. Our opponent's going to get pretty free reign on the board. So we got to hope to hit a dragon. That'd be pretty good. Curve turn 3, turn 4. Hope that they don't have a silence.
Reporting for duty.
I guess if they do, then it's good to get it out of their hand. Alright, Scalebane off the top. Show me the money. Damn it.
You are the Shadow's puppet. Is someone injured?
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
This is the most level uppy like telegraph I've ever seen. Nothing we can do about it though. Do we die to it? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18? We would. Okay.
Quickly.
Right
I
away.
think we need to hit like unidentified elixir or something. Mirage.
What is real? Job done.
3, 6, 9, 12, yeah. They got us.
You have best.
Oof. Rot-roll indeed. Okay, jeez.
Anduin versus
Alright, up
Jaina.
against Mage here.
You asked for it.
The light shall bring victory.
Nothing we want. I guess in a pinch we can use This is interesting. Not so good against Tempo Mage, but could be pretty good against Big Spell Mage. Yeah, that fast snowball got us quick.
You are the Shadow's puppet.
So if we land a buff on this Devil's Auric, we're feeling pretty good.
I'm feeling it.
Yeah, feeling pretty good.
The end is coming.
Well, don't mind if I do.
My bidding.
Get our egg killed. Maybe this is what the Twilight's Call is for. With the against decks like Big Spell Mage or these decks that rely on sweepers, we can kind of outvalue them a little bit. Elixir of Purity on the Sheep or on the Radiant Elemental? I think I'll actually just buff the Radiant. If they have the other polymorph, they have it. Otherwise, this could make things pretty difficult for them if they're trying to clear with things other than Dragon's Fury.
Come dance to my song.
You are the shadow's puppet.
See if they do have the Dragon's Fury, see if they get it right. Yep.
Out of my jungle!
So that Meteor means that we can't go for the Divine Spirit Unifier on this egg. Now it kind of does. I mean, they didn't have the polymorph last time, right? I wonder if they just meteor it to stop themselves from getting... to stop the inner fire. I think we definitely need to make like a risky play like this. Considering we're doing essentially nothing next time. Ooh.
Is someone injured?
Oh, we obviously placed this terribly for Meteor. Yeah. Okay. Nope. Didn't get punished.
The end is coming!
You're 5/5 and another Ysera. Okay. Fine with that. Look at that animation. Ooh.
Do not fear power. Fear those who wield it. I dream in the world.
Do we get more than one turn? Dino's being killed by meteors is thematic. Yeah, it is. How about dragons being killed by meteors?
Meddlesome insects.
I just hope we can get this cube killed before they draw the other polymorph. Eee. No. Okay. Alright. So, no more, no more inner fire combos for us. Well, that's pretty good, hey.
Meddlesome insects.
So do we cube another Ysera? Probably, right? Like, as if we're ever getting a better target than Ysera.
Daughters of Flame.
That's a lot of Drogons.
I shall bring you rest.
Is someone injured?
Beware the shadow. What is real?
Unfortunately, we do die to
The world.
die to Alex, which opponent could definitely have. I don't think we could have stopped dying to Alex either.
Reality woven.
This is a big flame strike.
I must consider.
I shall bring you rest. I shall bring you rest.
Not too quickly.
Okay, maybe one more turn, I think, if we can survive. One more? Like, get a little bit of extra value, we might be able to push through. No! I needed that to win. Damn it. Oh, we still have the other Swamp Dragon egg. So maybe we can find a win. Don't think so though.
I wonder.
Is there trouble?
Seems unlikely, friends. There's the other polymorph. Right on time for her opponent. Definitely could have. They definitely could have used that any time in the last like 10 turns to just completely shut us down. Yep. Pretty happy to call this one. Interesting game.
You have best.
Interesting game. Definitely not a strong one for us, but we kind of got to see some of the interactions with the deck. Let's hope we have a better one next time.
Lunara!
The forest
Okay.
fights back.
The light
First
shall
druid
bring
in a while.
victory.
Maybe we send back this Shadow Visions. I'll keep the Mirage Caller. We'll send back the Shadow Visions.
Is someone injured?
Kind of like this as a bit of turn 1 play. Means we can follow up with turn 2 Egg and Powered Shield this. Just gets it out of swipe range.
Right away. That was wild.
Well, there's the Devil's Ore Egg, so
Right
that's going to make a much better target for this Elixir of Shadows. So both buffing this so that we can get it killed and giving us a 1/1 copy is a big deal. Okie dokes.
Right away.
We do need to be conscious that our board is pretty bad against the thing that Spreading Plague. Spreading Plague, that's what it's bad against. But if they want a Spreading Plague and give us a bunch of Devil's Ores, I guess we should be happy about that.
What is real?
Right away.
It's also possible we should have healed that Northshire Cleric. Like, you're Spreading Plague here and you're just... Like, yeah, it saves some damage, but... Okay. Radiant. So if we play Scalemen, it's pretty good, but it gives them an excellent target for Ultimate Infestation. I still think we want to do it.
You are not welcome here.
The other option was to like slam them both in and then play the Twilight's Call.
Onward, friends, to adventure!
So I mean they have the Drakari enchant in hand.
I wonder.
Hmm. Can we kill it? To 25?
I must consider. Must move quickly.
Gonna take this Twilight's Call. Go a bit grindier.
Again!
Yeah, we'll try and grind them out a bit. I mean, if they have the witching hours and stuff, then I guess we made the wrong line. That's pretty ridiculous. Yeah, maybe we should have just made the 2020. Yeah, if they get armor here, they can attack the golems. Huh. Oh, they have both. Damn.
Well played.
Well played.
Got us. Looks grim indeed. Maybe if we were going to try and grind, we should have killed the dragon caller, but unsure. Well, let's take a look at the deck. Overall, I don't know, I really like the deck, but I think it's going to take us a lot more games to figure out exactly how it works, what we're trying to mulligan for, what the ideal lines are against certain decks, you know. As you saw in that Druid game, we just kind of really had no idea whether we should be trying to go under them, should we be playing around certain cards, should we be playing into certain cards, you know, what cards are really important for the matchup. So I think this is definitely a deck that's going to take us quite a long time to wrap our heads around. So we might play some of this deck off stream and try and learn a bit about it. But the games are really sweet, you know, that the one where we had like 1 million Ysera's, that game was really cool. And even that last one there when we had the option to kind of go for, you know, making a 2020 Devil's and going face, or to try and play a grindier game with these Twilight's Calls and just overwhelm our opponent with 5/5s. So if you are watching this video on YouTube, all the links are down in the description, including a link to the Hearthstone article where you can check the deck out, you can copy it, throw it straight into your Hearthstone and play it yourself. It is a pretty budget list, you know, outside of the Ysera's and the Shadow Visions. So I'd recommend giving it a shot, see how it does at your rank. If you want to get into contact with me, the best place to do that is over on Twitter, Tommy_Wave. If you've got a deck you want me to check out, ping it through. Happy to take a look at it. And until next time, I do hope you all manage to stay wavy. Bye.